have to ask you to come along.
Wait, it's possible that, yes. Here we are.
These papers expired 3 weeks ago. You have to come along.
Wearing all white, feeling alright, baby. Wearing all white, feeling alright. It's another Monday. Monday, August the 9th, 2021. Baby boy, baby girl, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad you made it. It is another social production. Kicking it off with a high note, baby. Out in the sun. It's hot outside. Hot summer day. Hot outside. Y'all be glistening. Rapping, y'all be listening. Making puns, eating buns, cinnamon. Shout out to my main man, the OG Kinnison. What? Love you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is a beautiful day to be alive, man. Sip, sip to you guys. Damn good coffee. Damn good coffee. That's what we do around here, baby. Have fun. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Hope you guys are starting your week off with a, with the high spirits, the light force, moving forward, doing the Lord's work. Shout out to everybody out there, the men and women, the ladies and gentlemen, the boys and the girls who go out there every day, working, hustling, grinding, working hard, contributing, being essentially essential workers. All you guys out there, ladies, gentlemen, give it up for yourselves. We're making a comeback. We're making a comeback. Although we never left. That's the whole thing. We never left, but we're making a comeback, baby. That's what it is. Man, oh man. What a great weekend. What a great weekend. Took care of a lot of business, not gonna lie to you guys. Been taking care of a lot of business, man. It's a hot day today out here. And I'm sweating all over. Specifically, wore all white so that I could, get my money's worth out of this bad boy outfit right here. But at the same time, white kind of deflects that heat in the summer, but nonetheless, man, I was carrying equipment, so I'm sweating, dripping with sweat right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I got sweat patches all over me, right in front of me, on my tummy, on my back. So if you're wondering, if you're looking, I don't know if it's visible through the eyes of the camera, but if it is, and you're like, man, you got them leaks, you got the leaky stomach, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's definitely condensation for you. A little bit of that summer heat. We're sitting around here, 27, 28, 29, 30 degrees here in the GTA, and with the humidity, sometimes it gets up to 35, 40, and this week's gonna be, high humidity. A lot of sun, we're probably gonna end up getting a little bit of rain. But that's what it is, man. The last few weeks of summer, going strong, all day, every day, going strong. Man, oh man. What did I do on the weekend? What did I do? I watched a whole bunch of, watched the docu-series, watched a couple of movies here and there, but, got myself into sometimes, you guys ever cause yourself extra work around the house when you're not looking for it? That's what I did on the weekend, making myself some toast. Regular toast, just toasting that toast. Wanted to spread some Nutella on that bad boy. Have me a little bit of Nutella on the toast with a cup of Joe. What happens? Well, my toaster's situated nice and cozy right next to the refrigerator. Put one toast in, go for the second toast. Whoopsie daisy, Butterfingers, slip and fall, classic slip and fall due to the Butterfingers. Toast is all the way back on the ground behind the refrigerator. Now I gotta move it. Extra work. Not looking forward to this. And I'm eyeing it. There's no way that I can reach back there. There's no way. Fridge is big. It's, it's all up in my grill. Not backing down. I gotta move this fridge. Roll up my sleeves like a gentleman. I get in there. I'm like, move. You're heavy. Move. Moving about, man. Moving about. Shaking, baking. Pull it back, and underneath the fridge, geez Louise, extra work waiting for your boy. Here I was thinking I'm just gonna do a classic bend over, pick up the drop toast. As soon as I pulled the fridge out, I realized I'd not cleaned under my fridge for some time, and we had all sorts of peculiar situations going on. We had stains, we had dust bunnies, we had residues, we had a little bit of oil, a little bit of dust, a little bit of hair. It was sight for the eyes. And I'm the type that I can't just let things, once I notice something, I can't not react. I can't just be all like, oh, it's a little bit dusty, it's a little bit dirty, let's just push it back and pretend it's not there. I can't, dude. I can't. I'm not like that. You don't know me, baby. Well, you do. And your boy likes to keep a nice, tidy living space. So that's what that was. That drop of toast, silver lining. Got to clean up the kitchen a little bit. Now I'm there on my knees, spraying stuff. Liquid detergent, this, that, and the other. Lysol. Windshield washer remover. Windex. Bleach. Cleaning up. On my knees. Just cleaning. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off, baby. Doing it. And then I pick up that toast and I'm just like, man, I hate throwing out good food. And I, again, with the knowledge that I have, and I've got a lot of random knowledges up in the old noggin, I know that every year, I've mentioned this before several times, that we all consume roughly about 6 pounds of, dust and hair particles. So I'm just looking at this piece of toast that's accumulated a little bit of dust and hair on it. Questions that I'm asking, I'm like, how do we get here? A lot of questions. I'm like, how do we get here? How do we get here, Canada? But I looked at it and it was just, it was covered. It looked like a medieval toast, or it looked like a biblical toast for that matter. It looked like one of the 12 disciples. Or at least, a few of them had a couple of them beards going. It looked like a disciple. It looked like a toast of faith, if you will. I'm like looking at it. Do I toss you out? Do I keep you? Do I scrape it off? But it was embedded. The hair got in there, the dust got in there, and chuck it in the garbage can, the old garbage can. Give it a good old kick. Tossed it in the garbage can, and that was it, man. Don't like wasting food, but that's what it was. You get the case of the Butterfingers sometimes. Toasts end up everywhere. Now you don't want to. This is the time where everybody's, I don't want to go down with few, because that's the thing. If I eat it, I won't notice the outcome immediately. But a few days goes by, next thing you know, your boy's got the case of the runnies. I don't want to deal with that right now. Not in this heat, not in this climate, not in this atmosphere. Thank you very much. Tossed it in the garbage, grabbed another toast, pop it in the toaster. A few minutes later, I'm munching on a nice toast with some Nutella, enjoying it with a sip of coffee. Who's number one? Who's number one? We're number one. We're number one. I'm talking about the Olympics. It's wrapped up. It's finished. Dunzo gunzo, baby. Who's number one? Canada. We're number one. And I know, you're like, we're not number one. No, we're number one. We're number one. Who's the most number one? We are the most number one. I know. US is number one, followed by a bunch of other countries, but who's the most number one? We're number 11, so we are the most number ones. We broke records this year. We went out there, broke records, made connections, stuck it up in some people's faces. What it is, it's that Canadian, it's that Canadian spirit. Always, kicking butt, taking names, but still remaining humble. We're like, we'll let you guys have the number one, but deep down inside, we know who's number one. We're number one. Who's the most number one? We got the most ones in there. Number 11. You can't be, you might be number one, technically speaking. Or you might be you might be number two, but 11's the most number ones. So congratulations to all the athletes, all the ladies and gentlemen who went out there, broke records, gave it a good old attempt, and came back and made their countrymen and women, their brothers and sisters proud. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's done. The Olympics is done. Now you can go back to eating pizza, drinking beers. Drinking pizza, eating beers. However you like it. You can, there's different things. I'm not judging you. Whatever you do. Maybe you're like, maybe you like to, you know, maybe because it's summertime. Maybe you want to, sometimes people drink their beer, sometimes people, you know, do other things. A whole assortment of things with the beers, and I'm not judging, you know. Maybe you're having a little bit of celebration, playing a little bit of beer pong, or a little bit of, you know, maybe you're out there boofing. I don't know what you're into. I'm not judging, but also have fun, but be safe out there. Man, oh man. It's great to be alive. It is exciting to be out there, going around hustling and bustling. Not gonna lie to you, man. It feels good to be in charge of your own destiny. You know what I'm saying? You guys feel me, right? Out there doing whatever it is, because that's what it is, man. We are all out here independent, doing our thing, and it feels good to be in charge of your life. I'm very appreciative of the things that I've got, of all the love and support, and I want to reciprocate that right back at you guys. Reverse it, give it back. Thank you guys for all the love and support. If you like these videos, go ahead and hit those like buttons on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube by searching Rob Sadri so you get the full-length videos. You want to support your boy, you want to take it to the next level, go on Patreon. Click on the link. Do what you want to do. You're a free thinker. You're a free spirit. You're making decisions. You're making all the moves. You're the main decision maker in your household. That's why I want you to go to Patreon, support your boy, because this train is moving. Choo choo, baby, and we ain't stopping. You feel me? We'll go at a steady speed though. We won't be speeding too much. We like to go at a steady speed. When I was younger, I kind of wanted to be a train conductor, not gonna lie to you guys. It's fun being on the tracks, being out there in the, you know, out in the open country, just, you know, conducting. Shoot, what's this? Making, you know, making drop-offs, doing pickups, taking, you know, precious goods from one side of the nation to the other side of the nation, one side to the other side, east, west, north, south, ever connecting by the railways, baby. That's what it is. So that dream never came true, but it's never too late. It's never too late for you guys or gals out there. If you've got any dreams, go after it 100%. Put your blinders on, focus on it, do it. We'll get it together, baby. And things are opening up. Things have loosened up. We're getting rid of the masks. It's lingering on a little bit here and there. Talking about this variant and other variants, and you know, who's got the variant? What's the next variant? What's the news on the variant? How are all these variants being produced? Are they, you know, how are they just up and about doing their thing? And are all variants the same? No, not all variants are the same. Some variants are, you know, they are brought up in single-parent households. They don't get the same attention as the tag team duos sometimes provide for the variants, but nonetheless, these variants are out there trying their best. You know, they're making waves. They're making waves. Variants are making waves, and it's just good to be, you know, it's just good to be aware. It's just good to be aware and also be realistic. Be realistic. Look at the facts. Look at the digits. Look at a broader picture of things. Look at the grand scope of things. You know, take a few steps back. Make the best decisions possible. And everybody's out there trying their best. All the ladies and gents, all the beautiful people of the Toronto area, GTA, Ontario, Canada, everybody's doing their best. I see you guys. See beautiful ladies, beautiful men going out there, supporting each other, supporting local businesses, support your boy. It's nuts outside. But we're getting there one step at a time. Still, you know, I'm still waiting for the comedy clubs to open up, but we're patient, baby, because this again is a very slow burn, the slowest of burns. It's burning because it's hot. That's what it is. If there's smoke, there's fire. That's what I say. And as soon as the comedy clubs open up, we've been making phone calls. We're gonna continue to make those phone calls, and as soon as, you know, we get a little tiny green light, politely, you know, we'll make our way there, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you in person, up close and personal, because that's the best way of connecting. That's the best way of connecting. That's the best way of building community. Of course, there's other ways of building community. You can always, you know, artificially build a community, you know? Because that's what it was. Like back in the day, variants used to be just natural. Now we got variants sometimes. You know, variants used to be just outside doing their thing. Now variants are behind some sort of a glass, some sort of a casing, some sort of a cover. They're like banging on the glass, banging on the cover. Like, oh, let me out. Just want to go out there and wave to people. Or like, hold it there, Buster. Enough waving around. Variants. Because sometimes you got to just, you know, you got to stop and ask yourself, where does the buck stop? And it stops with us. So be safe out there, have fun. Let's set a date and forget it. I've said it from the get-go, but we need to set a date and essentially forget it. You know, because everything's up and running, but we need to just slowly but surely kick it into that second gear. Kick it into that second gear. You're like, I'm not used to driving stick, neither am I. Neither am I. All right, but we got to learn together. That's fine. We're going to learn together, kick it into second gear, push a little bit faster, push a little bit harder so we can get stronger, baby. And we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm sure of it. Because I already see it. Everybody's out there. All the kids are, you know, they're doing their back to school shop. The teachers are also there, you know, getting ready. Work's getting done. Essential workers are all everywhere, doing everything, and everybody's essential. I've said this from the beginning. Let's not forget these things. You're all essential. Wherever you're working, whatever, if you're providing, you know, if you're providing a service of any kind out there in the world, you are essential. You're important. You matter, no matter what you do. Thank you guys. Thank you for everybody, man. We've all been pulling together. It's the other day, man. Just the other day, I was looking back at the videos, just going over some stuff, just trying to, like, you know, find out where we're at. And believe it or not, boys and girls, we're getting close, very close to that 1 year mark. Jeez Louise, where does the time go? Everywhere. It goes backwards, forwards. Sometimes it felt like it was being stagnant, but it's always moving, I assure you. But it's almost been a year that we've been together, and things are, you know, things are changing. We've made plans. Sometimes we had to alter the plans. Sometimes we had to, you know, scrap the whole plan and like create a new plan. And that was fine too. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to do that, and we're going to continue to build and create the infrastructure that's needed to get to the next level. It just requires patience and hard work. That's all it is, baby. That's all it is. Beautiful airplane flying by. I see different, you know, I was watching a docu-series on the Netflix. I was watching a docu-series on the Netflix regarding the aliens or the UFOs, you know? It's a docu-series regarding UFOs and what the government's been doing, different government, you know, Project Blue Book. This, that, and the other. And we've heard so much about aliens. We've heard so much about aliens. The government, you know, Pentagon releasing videos, government officials coming forward with more video evidence. But again, you and I are just viewers. We're just watching videos. We don't know who's making these videos, who's releasing the videos. Do we get better footage? The evidence is out there, but it's also at the same time, like, you know, you and I are still left wondering, like, what are we looking at here? Where are we going? Watched the whole series. I do recommend you guys go watch it. You know, a few points that got brought up that was nice to be, you know, I don't want to give any spoilers. No spoilers here, baby. We're all about preserving things. I do recommend you go watch it. But at the same time, it's good to question everything. You know, I take everything with a grain of salt. A lot of people coming in talking about how they've been abducted, how they were kind of, you know, experimented on, or at least, you know, dealt with. These fellas, these ladies are coming forward, telling their stories and talking about how the government knows about it, and the government's been, you know, kind of operating and researching alien activity, but it's never been made public. It's never been made public. But with these new videos coming forward with, you know, fighter jet pilots taking videos off the Nivets. Different people, different regions. I've been abducted. They took me in. For the most part, they seem to be friendly. But is it a scary experience? 100%. 100%. And, you know, if it's just like one person, you're like, alright, this person's just lying, this person's just joking, this person's just pulling my chain, yanking the chain. If it's just two people, you're like, man, these people are collaborating, they're both pulling my chain. If it's three people, you're like, man, so many chains being yanked. But it's more than that. It's many, many, many people. And at this point, we're just left again with really no answers, no clear indication of what we're dealing with. Is it a man-made product? You know, I came to realize that the government's obviously, you know, and this is not new knowledge, I'm sure you guys are all, for the most part, aware as much as you can be. The government's always, you know, conducting, you know, we're already always being introduced to new tech that goes mainstream, everybody's aware of it, whether it's phones, whether it's cars, whether it's planes, whatever it is. And then there is also tech that the military is always working on the hush-hush, you know, on the DL, baby. Talking about an airplane by the name of Astra. Astra. Let me say it 3 times. Astra. Apparently it's this secret operation that's been conducted. We're trying to, or at least I think they've produced that. I don't know. That's the thing. It's all speculation. It's all word of mouth. It's all a little bit of this, a lot of it, you know, a lot of covering a little bit of this and a lot of covering up, a lot of secrecy. Because the whole thing is we're trying to, you know, we're trying to find that, we're trying to go anti-gravity. I've always been pro-gravity, baby. I've always been pro-gravity, but apparently on the hush-hush, we're trying to go anti-gravity. I'm not an anti-gravity person, dude. I've always believed in gravity, but apparently we're trying to, you know, implement anti-gravity technology. Get that, you know, get that aircraft to just rise above vertically instead of moving horizontally first. We're always, you know, we're looking at different stories. We're trying to reverse engineer things. And it's great, it's great. Ultimately, I think we will, whether, you know, whether these videos are real, whether they're not, I think we're just advancing, our tech is advancing. We are getting to a point where it's like, we do need to all share our knowledge. I've always been a proponent of this cooperation, teamwork. So that's the thing. You'll notice the big world powers like the United States government, Russia, China, working on different tech, monitoring, running different secret programs all over the world, conducting research, building giant telescopes, looking up into the sky. What's out there? They're asking these questions. And it's like they know a little something, we know a little something. The question is, which route do we go? Do we go in the route of the good old-fashioned? Because we, you know, it's easy to go back to what you're used to and what you're comfortable with. And the comfort zone for humanity's always been a race. It's always got to be some sort of a race. Hence the Olympics. We just finished one of the biggest races, different races overall globally, and we can go that route where everybody's racing now. It could be the next race, the space race. I got some info. I'm gonna fly to space, and I wanna be in charge of that tech. I wanna be dictating which way the world is flowing. Or we could get together and work, but that's, you know, different government bodies, different agendas. Can we come together? I think so. I'm very optimistic, and I'm always, maybe that's a little bit naive on my part, but call me Mr. Optimist, baby. I believe in the greater good, and I believe everybody wants the same things at the end of the day. So instead of, you know, racing to space, why don't we take a nice cruise to space? Why would you want to travel so fast? Unless that's the vehicle and that, you know, it's just like supersonic speeds, no problem. But the competition, aspect of things is kind of going to be a hindrance. And again, this is all being talked about with a pinch of salt and pepper, with a lot of salt and pepper, because at the end of the day, I don't know nothing. None of us really do. This is all speculation, and for the most part, baby boys and baby girls, we like to have fun around here, okay? All right. You go do your own research, but you continue to ask those questions. So are we living alone? I don't know. For me, it is mathematically impossible to conceive a universe, a multiverse, a galaxy, it's just hard for me to fathom that we're all alone. Because different temperatures in space, you'll see different little creatures, even on Earth, that could be those little, I forget what they're called, but they're like molecular size, and they can be frozen and they can still go out and live out there in space. How big is space? It's massive. It's as big as it gets. What's the biggest thing in the entire universe? Space. And again, I've mentioned this before, all this, we're always constantly talking about, let's go into outer space. We want to get to outer. We're already in outer space, all right? We're already in outer space, technically speaking, but we want to get further out there. So I don't know. Is there life out there? I would think so. I have no idea, but it's just, it's strange to me sometimes that you'll see, government officials, people who you respect, and people who you look at like, oh man, this guy looks and sounds reasonable, and they'll come out and deny the whole thing. Deny. Not even open to the possibility that there might be other life forms. And I get it, that's your job, that you're a science man, you're a man of science, and thank God we have men and women in the sciences who are skeptical, who are asking for further evidence. And I too, just like you guys, I'm wondering what else is out there, because that's a whole different ball game, baby boy, baby girl. If we're introduced to alien tech or aliens and we find out that they've been here for thousands of years underwater, above us, deep down in the oceans, down in the undergrounds, down in the desert, over there in Antarctica, who knows? Speculations. But if that's the case, well, priorities are going to be changing. Priorities are going to be shifting mad quick. Talks are going to have to be held with the larger public, especially regions where really people are adamant on conducting life via a religious point of view. There's going to be points of views colliding. Not to say that that's the thing, that we need to just collaborate, and there's always, I can't, when I think about these things, whenever I'm not a religious person whatsoever, but I do have faith, I do believe in a Jesus consciousness. And for any other religion, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Jewish, whether you're, Presbyterian, whether you're whatever you are, or maybe you're an atheist, everybody, I just think there's enough room for every point of perspective to be existing. I don't think it could just be just one thing. I don't think it's just black and white, either this or that. So if that's the hesitancy, I want to lay it on you that most people are open to growing and learning. So when do we get and that's the thing, I don't want this to just be another, okay, let's talk briefly about the pros and cons of these discussions. The pros, well, it's just a hell of a lot of interest in finding other forms of life. And we're always talking about eventually how in, millions of years, the sun's gonna go out, we're gonna have to take this party and, find another spot. Be interplanetary. So it's always good to be thinking about these things and how our actions here have impact everywhere. Like one of the things, the pros are we're opening up our mind, we're expanding the horizon essentially. The cons, I guess, one of the biggest cons, I just don't want this to be manipulated. I don't want this to be used as a form of, because everything, man, everything is just so easily manipulated and, you know, be used against humanity in a sense that you'll hear like, oh, now we are under attack from an unknown. Well, we're kind of feeling that invisible attack right now, right? During this whole pandy that went down, that's still lingering on, this invisible monster, this invisible boogeyman that's out there, that's going, we need to all just get everything under control and, you know, use fear attack. The next thing you know, we're gonna need budgets, we're gonna need more money to fund this program, to fund that program, and I don't want it to go down that route. I would like research to be made open. I would like scientific papers to be available for the public so that we can all learn and grow. And I want real talk, baby. I'm talking about real talk. The pros are a ton of pros. Expanding humanity. Getting to, you know, learn to live with each other more harmoniously, you know? Live in harmony, live in peace, because we need to get that down before we start going exploring this, that, and the other, you know? And a part of me always, ever since I was a kid, I never understood the difference. Like, I got it, but at the same time, it just didn't make sense to me as to why we have different governments and different currencies and different, you know, like here in Canada, we're a free nation, but again, we still got a head of state. To a queen that's not even like technically, well, technically she's still our queen. That's what her face is on the money. And a lot of other people, different parts of the world relate to that. You're part of the Commonwealth. Australia, New Zealand, a bunch of other places. What up with that? So we need to get away from these old school ways of thinking and pave the way for, I know it's getting there, I feel it every day, I feel it, I see it in people's behavior, I see it in people's way of talking. Everybody's so filled with love and joy, and that's the thing, I think for the majority of the living experiences that we're all having, most people really want the same things. Like, it's the random negative things that happen are so, well, whether or not they're random, that's a different discussion for a different day and another topic, but the negative things are so minuscule in comparison to the positives, which is why I'm always hopeful and just, you know, full of joy and energy, man. Everybody wants the same things. You want to be safe, you want to be productive, you want to have families, friends, things that you can contribute to. No matter what you adhere to, whether you're religious, whether you're not religious, whether you're short, whether you're fat, whether you're tall, whether you're skinny, whether you're hairy, whether you're hairless. Whatever you're into, we all, for the most part, majority of people want the same things. So, you know, sometimes I just get suspicious of, you know, secrecy out there, you know, secrecy. And I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I'm asking questions. Should there be, you know, should secret societies exist behind closed doors? It's risky, man. I don't think so. I don't believe in, I'm an open book personally. I've shared so much with you guys, and I'll share anything else that needs to be shared moving forward. But that's the thing, there is that we're crossing those lines, we're crossing those barriers, and I don't know, there needs to be more discussion rather than just mandating. Explanations of why we need certain things. If you're just coming out there mandating certain things, no bueno. If you're having proper discussions and explanations and providing reasons as to why you're behaving in a certain manner or asking for certain things, okay, we can talk about it. We can hear each other out. By having mandates, because, you know, we need to get everybody kind of aligned, and we already are, but we also need to preserve our notions of freedom, our notions of liberty, and just, you know, personal freedoms. Should be a balance. You know, you don't want to be living in a society where somebody's coming up and asking you, can I see your papers, please? Or you're not getting into the grocery store, sorry, you don't have the papers. You want to go into the subway? No papers. Can I see your papers, please? You want to go to the movies? And you're like, man, before I could just, walk out, not have an ID on me, sometimes I'll leave my ID at home. I'll just carry a debit card or a credit card, and that's all I need. And now you got to carry an ID if certain talks get perpetuated without good reasoning. And some say that that's the work of the Illuminati. Some say. And I'm just out here speculating. I don't know nothing. I'm just asking questions. It could be, and it's not just one group. Maybe the Illuminati. Maybe different groups working together. G20 Summit this, Bilderberg Group that. Rockefeller Foundation here. So many different foundations, so many different interest groups, so many different private and secret meetings being held all over the world, where you'll see, big boys and girls. I'm talking about big boys and girls who have accumulated a ton of wealth, who are basically conducting their everyday life like nothing's changed, meanwhile making rules and mandates for everybody else. You can't go here, you can't do this, you can't do that. Meanwhile, they get to do this, that, and the other, and then some. And then some. Going out there, putting hits on people, taking people out, getting rid of journalists, silencing people who ask questions, this, that, and the other. Asking for transparency, meanwhile not providing transparency, which is, that's sketch. That's sketch behavior. That's typical sketch behavior. And if you're the type that goes out there and mandates without proper, I'm not gonna name names, it's obvious by this point. But I have a lot of hope, and I have a lot of, I have a lot of belief in the younger generations, dude. I see a lot of young kids out there who are smart, who get it, who won't be fooled so easily. And that's the thing, I'm not worried too much about the nonsensical things, because I believe in the greater good, and I believe we'll pull together. So that's the thing, next time around, when it comes to, putting people in charge of this, that, and the other, always ask your question what their motives are. Always ask yourself what their background is, what their, why are they running for a particular position? Why are they interested in, are they even qualified? We've got to be asking a lot of serious questions, or easily you'll have people who'll just get together with the sake of, preserving that 1%, that one real true 1% of wealth and power, meanwhile riding on the shoulders of the masses. And that's not cool. That's not cool. No bueno there. So that was a little bit of that, went down that rabbit hole a little while and got to thinking about different topics. Watched a couple of other movies. Watched also, what was that Jason Statham movie, Wrath of Man? Action adventure, kick-ass action adventure, baby. If you're looking for action adventure, it's action adventure. A lot of this, a lot of that. If you want to just, if you want to just lay back and watch a little bit of action, you go watch Wrath of Man. And together, boys and girls, there's just, there's nothing that we can't do. There's really nothing that we can't do. Stay curious out there. Stay positive out there. Go after your dreams. Support each other. And sending you all a ton of love and positive energy. We'll be back here again on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And we're continuing to tweak things. We're continuing to tweak things, change things, because it's only been almost a year. And this is, again, a very slow burn. I'm looking at this as my career. I've got, I want to be taking my time and building something that'll allow me to work in this realm for the next 10, 20, 30, as long as I'm alive. So thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the follows, whatever. And that's the thing, man. These things work by word of mouth. It's all grassroots. It's all grassroots, and we keep it silly. We sometimes tackle serious issues. We try to, get a little pinch of truth out there if we can. And uplift ourselves together with the help of each other. Sending you out again, a ton of love and energy. Go get it out there, whatever you're doing. Baby boy, baby girl, signing out. Talk to y'all very soon. Peace out.